Now, Ray, that's the way to make an entrance.
I tell you what, it's the most grandiose introduction I've ever seen.
I was standing in the lobby of the hotel this afternoon, and they came marching through the lobby.
And people got here early. They wanted to get a seat for the parade.
Pernell Whitaker is from Virginia. That is the Norfolk State University Marching Spartan Legion.
You know, Sam, a request came down for about 30 people of the band to come up. But they said, you have to take all of us. There are 129 members, and nobody wants to stay home.
Sam, one thing I would like to say, as Dave has mentioned earlier, Freddie Pendleton has a big right hand. He's got to establish his right hand. And for many years, even from the amateur days, people would say, to fight a southpaw, you got to throw a right hand. That's the punch to beat him. And what they're finding out now is that's not true. A southpaw is a mirror image of the right-hander. They say you can't jab a southpaw. Well, why not? He jabs you. The punch to find out that is the key is the left hook as it comes from the blind side. You have to, like I said, he's a mirror image of a right-hander. So you have to establish the jab and the left hook because a left-hander moves to his right away from the right hand. And if a guy gets frustrated, he starts throwing the right hands from too far out. A southpaw will be pretty clever and moves in and will move in, especially the guy like Pernell Whitaker, and catch you with 1, 2, 3 punches and move out.
The interesting thing with that, Ray, will be whether Pendleton looks at it that way. He has become so hunger unconscious with the right hand. He knocked out Sammy Fuentes in 15 seconds, Roger Mayweather an instant turnaround, and with a lot of fighters, when they get addicted to that one punch, that's what they stay with, and that's what we'll look to see if he changes.
You're looking at Pernell Whitaker, who was voted Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year for 1989, and many people feel pound for pound is the best fighter around. He has tremendous speed with both hands. That jab is a key both offensively and defensively.
You're looking at a fighter who often averages over 100 punches a round that can keep it up for 12 rounds. Very difficult to beat that type of speed if he gets a rhythm.
He owns 2 championships, having defeated Greg Haugen for the IBF title, having defeated Jose Luis Ramirez for the WBC championship, and both titles are on the line tonight. He is the southpaw, Freddie Pendleton, the right-handed fighter, led by Lou Duva. Pernell Whitaker heading for the ring. And as I mentioned, the Duva people are worried about Freddie Pendleton. He seems to be very calm and confident. This is his biggest payday. He's making somewhere between $35,000 and $45,000 for tonight.
This is a bad thing that Freddie Pendleton's doing. He's sitting in his corner, his muscles are getting cold. He should be up, loosening it up, getting a good sweat. They tell you about resting. Don't worry about resting. You got all night to rest. You're in shape to go 15. You should be in shape to go 15 rounds. He should be up, moving around, getting a good sweat. He should not be sitting in his corner. That'll tighten the muscles, and that will be a factor in the opening seconds of the bout.
And now he's up and trying to loosen up once again. It looked like he did work up a pretty good sweat in the locker room before coming out.
You should have kept it up, Sam. Once you get in the ring, you got to get familiar with the ring, get familiar with the crowd, move around, keep the muscles warm. By sitting down, that does nothing but stiffen you up.
We are set for the introductions to our first championship bout. Let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Atlantic City's Convention Hall by way of Donald Trump's Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Tonight, Main Events presents World Professional Boxing. These bouts are all sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr. The Deputy Commissioners are Lawrence Wallace and Yogi Hiltner. Chairman Jerry Gormley. Representing the IBF at ringside for this first bout, the supervisor is Marion Muhammad. The judges are Stuart Winston, Jim Traylor, and Phil Newman. Chief physician at ringside, Dr. Frank B. Doggett. Also in attendance, Dr. Charles Wilson and Dr. Paul Williams. Counting for the knockdown seconds, Joe Cortez, and the timekeeper is Roosevelt Gilbert. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started. 12 rounds for the IBF and the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. The referee for this bout is Randy Newman. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the gold trunks with blue trim and weighs an even 135 pounds. He's originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, now fighting out of Miami, Florida. As a professional, he's 24. 16-3, 15 KOs, and in his last 10 victories, he's scored 9 KOs. ranked #1 in the world in the lightweight division, ladies and gentlemen, fearless Freddie Pendleton. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the green trunks with gold letters. He weighed in at 134 3/4 pounds from Norfolk, Virginia. His professional record, 20 victories, 12 by knockout, only 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the IBF and the WBC lightweight champion of the world, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
I don't know about Buffer. He didn't say, let's get ready to rumble.
He missed his cue, boy.
Thoroughly gone over. Do you have any questions?
He's slipping.
That's good. I want you to remember 2 things. Number 1, defend yourselves at all times. Number 2, obey my commands. Now shake hands and come out of the bell.
Randy Newman, the referee. The judges at ringside. Stuart Winston, his 38th title fight. Jim Traylor, his 12th title fight. And Phil Newman, his 12th title bout. Scheduled for 12 for the IBF and WBC lightweight championship of the world.
Well, Freddie Pendleton did not come out and throw his patented bomb to start the fight that he has in the last couple.
Well, actually, he's coming out and taking the initiative right from the get-go, Dave, and that's what you have to do.
And each fighter starting with the jab. As you said, Ray, the mirror image. So Pendleton will try his jab against Pernell Whitaker.
Exactly. See, Pernell Whitaker, or any good southpaw for that matter, moves to his right, away from the right hand. And that generally, you got to come from, like I said, the blind side with the hook, the left hook to the body, then to the head, and then the jab also. But the main thing that Freddie Pendleton has to do, and any right-hander should do against a southpaw, is get your left foot outside their right foot and make them go to the right. Make them go to the unnatural way.
Good straight left hand by Whitaker.
Those are fast hands, Dave.
That was a lamelli left hand there. A little bit of a replay of it.
He's got almost like a smirk on his face, Pernell Whitaker, and that's extreme confidence.
There's an important respect process going on here right now. Whitaker doing it with his left hand. Pendleton wanted to establish his right hand so that Whitaker would not throw that. That's like a line of scrimmage, and who's going to win this?
Dave, before the fight started in the corner, Georgie Benson told Pernell, he told him, let him lead with that right hand, move the head, and just come right back with a straight left. Immediately, counter with your left. After he throws right, counter with the left. And he's done it, tried it a few times.
Tried the left hook that time, but missed. Again, the jab by Whitaker, sharp. There's that straight right hand by Freddie Pendleton. And a good left hook by the champion.
He's going to think about throwing some punches if he keeps getting hit with that shot when he tries to load up the right hand.
Also, if Freddie Pendleton's going to throw that right hand, he's got to keep moving Pernell Whitaker back. Make him think about it. But if you let him come forward, Pernell Whitaker's got Freddie on the defensive, and he can't set up for that right hand.
Good straight left has landed a couple of times by Whitaker. Nice right hand by Freddie Pendleton.
Generally,
left hook landing by Whitaker that stunned Pendleton, and they wrestle a little bit.
No knockdown.
What you had said earlier, Dave, is that he depends on that right hand a lot. Thus far, he has. He's just throwing the right hand, waiting for the big bomb.
And that's going to come back to hurt him.
Yes, he's got to set it up with the jab. Make the guy let him know that you got a hook.
Final seconds of round one. And did a good job of establishing their better punches. I thought Pendleton landed his right hand a couple of times. Whitaker landed his left. Round two scheduled for 12.
I'll tell you what I think a key to victory for Pernell Whitaker, if he should win this fight, is that every round he goes and establishes center ring. He lets this guy know that I'm taking, this is my ring, and I'm going to back you up. And that's an important key psychologically to the fighter.
I don't think either man has established that territorial advantage as yet.
No, and for this fight, It seems like Pendleton's strategy with his right hand has been in a countering sense. He's trying to make Whitaker miss first and then go with it. In his successful fights, he has just let that right hand go. He's got so much respect for Whitaker's speed, he's trying to make it go to his own advantage.
Most of those punches missing, or glancing off of Pendleton.
Watch your heads. Step back.
See the adrenaline of both fighters punching on some strange angles, things they don't normally do once they settle in.
All right, get your arms out of there.
Good work to the body by Whitaker.
Right.
If Whitaker can stay in there, he'll smother the right hand of Pendleton.
As that right hand leaves,
you're tied.
Pendleton try to catch Whitaker walking in.
Right here. Don't punch and hold. Fighter, get out. Let's go.
Okay, Randy Newman. 14th title fight for Randy Newman as a referee. 9 years in the ring as a referee.
I'm watching Whitaker. He's waiting for Pendleton to throw that right hand and counter with that left. He keeps leaning over to his left, trying to get underneath the right hand and shoot up his own left hand back. I think it could be a factor later in the fight.
Pendleton working the body, then going upstairs with a left hook.
All right, don't hit him. Let him out of there. Step back.
Ooh, good shot right there. Whitaker caught Pendleton with a good short left hand. You know, Sam, you're talking about physically, Freddie Pendleton is a little taller and a half pound heavier, but Pernell Whitaker is so much wider and seems so much stronger.
And when Whitaker gets down low in that crouch, he's going to look even smaller. That's a good strategy for him. He wants to present a smaller target.
Whitaker sharp with the left hand and a couple of good jabs, and it's that jab that's really a key to his success. To keep Pendleton off balance and then to set up that left hand.
You're tied. I'm here.
When he gets Pernell Whitaker in that corner, that's when he has to attack. He can't wait. He has to attack.
Good right hand by Pendleton got in. And Pendleton walked into a left hand of Whitaker. Final seconds of the second round. And another close round.
Are on duty now. Visa and MasterCard accepted. That's 1-862 round.
Round 3 for the IBF and WBC lightweight championship. Freddie Pendleton in the gold. Pernell Whitaker, the champion, in the green.
I think we're going to see a more aggressive Pendleton in this round, at least because his corner convinced him that he took Whitaker's best shot. Pendleton seemed to agree with his corner, and he's coming out a lot more aggressively and boldly here.
Freddie Pendleton trained in Lewiston, Florida with Macho Camacho and fought a lot with Camacho, and they went at it toe-to-toe, banged each other, some rough stuff, some dirty stuff, and Camacho said afterward, if he fights Whitaker like he fought me, he'll win. There's that straight right hand by Pendleton.
If Whitaker continues to crouch down low, Pendleton's got to start thinking about using the uppercut inside.
I think right here on the inside, Freddie Pendleton has to move his hands to try to soften up Pernell Whitaker for the big bombs. He can't try to hold and clutch and grab. He's not going to win the fight. He's got to fight the champion on the inside.
Whitaker's landed a couple of left hands.
Maybe that clutch and grab you learned from Camacho also.
Not seeing Whitaker double up with the jab at all. It's been one jab at a time.
I think the right hand counters that Pendleton landed in the first round, partially responsible for that. And maybe Whitaker has to get a little bit of a groove going.
And Whitaker
warmed up.
Whitaker working on the inside.
Pendleton does look hurt right now, Sam.
Good left hand landed by Whitaker.
He got hit with them good shots. He smiled and tried to bluff his way through, but he's been hurt, but he got rung.
One substantial difference in the fight, Whitaker has been willing to go to the body more often and more effectively.
It seems that Whitaker is the man being more aggressive in this round than Pendleton. Good right hand got in by Whitaker. Pendleton throwing some punches, but Whitaker making a miss.
This is how he has to win the fight. Bully Whitaker, push him back, throw that right hand, go to the body, just throw punches from all angles, hit him anywhere. But he's got to rough him up.
Pendleton using his jab effectively. Good left hand by Whitaker. Suddenly, Pendleton has become open for that left hand.
He looks a little tired in this round, and his defenses are not as sharp.
Well, you know, Dave, it could be the excitement of everything. I'm sure he'll catch a second.
Scored for 3 rounds.
2 rounds for Whitaker, 1 for Pendleton so far.
Ray?
Actually, I have all 3 rounds for Whitaker, even though the first one was close.
I went 2-1 for Whitaker through 3. This is round 4 scheduled for 12. Good combination by Pendleton. Started with a right hand. He had a good left hook in there.
Let him go. Let him go.
This is not a good strategy for Whitaker to back straight up against Freddie Pendleton, especially when he throws that right hand. He's got to move side to side. He can't back straight up.
Good left hook again by the champion. Whitaker starting to land that left hand just about every time he throws it.
And he showed him 2 different looks, Ray. First, he backed up and looked like he was on the retreat. Then he shuffled over to the side and started landing the left hands. Whitaker gives you a lot of looks during a fight.
Absolutely. Those angles are what keeps him. It makes him have such a good defense because he's hard to hit. He stays low and he gives you angles.
And what separates him from a lot of fighters is he's instinctive off those angles. He turns and is always in position to punch.
We're live at Trump Plaza at Convention Hall in Atlantic City. This is the WBC IBF Lightweight Championship bout. Good straight right hand landed by the challenger Freddie Pendleton in the gold, going against the champion Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. Sam Rosen along with former lightweight champion Ray Boom Boom Mancini and Atlantic City boxing writer Dave Bontempo, ESPN analyst as well. Glad you're with us.
This is a good round for Freddie Pendleton. Pernell Whitaker earlier, when he got hit with a good right hand, acknowledged to Pendleton it was a good right hand. And it gives Pendleton a bit of confidence. He's coming forward, fighting like he should.
And he showed a little bit of the uppercut there that he needs to establish.
Good right hand landed by Whitaker. Slipped. And Pendleton tried to take advantage of it.
That's good, having a good boxing head.
That's in Whitaker's corner. There was some water, excess water still in the corner, and he slipped on it. Pendleton's hands are coming down, and he's hoping for that left hand.
All right, let him out of there. Nice and clean. That's it, gents.
Good work to the body by Pendleton as he tries to rough up Whitaker. Final seconds of the 4th round.
Hey.
Right now, let's go to Bob.
There it is again. Straight left hand over lazy right.
And now Pendleton coming on late in the round.
That was a good right hand from Freddie Pendleton. I think he threw enough of them to win the round.
Close fight to this point, Dave.
And to me, even so far. 2 rounds apiece.
So this is an important round for Pendleton because he got started the last round. He should come out and keep it going, keep on the roll. I think it was a good round for him, and he should come out and start working right from the get-go.
He did something different that round when he landed the big right hand. He had the jab in front of it.
Good combination by Pendleton.
He did it there again.
And there's the straight left hand by Whitaker.
Well, you see more in Whitaker tonight than other fights. He's picking shots more, and that, he's not getting off as many punches as he does in other fights.
Pendleton looking a little sharper here in this 5th round. Ray, what about the talk of Pernell Whitaker being pound for pound the best boxer around? What do you think? Too soon to
well,
tell?
First of all, you hear that about a lot of guys, you know. It's a different guy every other month. I mean, from Cesar Chavez to Meldrew Taylor, Pernell Whitaker. I certainly think he certainly is in the top 4 or 5 in the world pound for pound. He certainly shows it. Absolutely, I think he's a wonderful fighter.
I'm in here. Step back.
But to say somebody is the greatest pound for pound, that's a hard assessment.
We're not seeing flurries of punches from Whitaker tonight, Dave.
And I think it's out of respect for Pendleton's power. He's paid a price when he gets inside, and he cannot dictate that way. Pendleton's right hand has served that purpose, if nothing else.
That was a Freddie Pendleton got him with a good straight left hand, and he screamed at Brendan Whitaker. I think
it was nothing.
Yes, I think his confidence is building.
He's fighting this as if his career is on the line, and well, he should be.
Absolutely.
A $35,000 payday after 10 years of a career. He's taken the blue-collar route up, and he can go a lot higher if he can come up with this one.
Good combination. There was Whitaker with 2 jabs and the straight left. Whitaker follows up with a couple of left hands, and now Pendleton's taking.
Pendleton is not moving his head. He's getting hit with jabs, and then he's getting with 2 or 3 shots right after, and he's got to move that head, bend the body.
Another reason you didn't see the big body sequence by Whitaker throughout this fight. He's been sharp to the head with that left hand.
Again, it's been open, and he's been landing effectively with it. Another left hand scores. After a good start to the round, Freddie Pendleton started catching a lot of left hands. End of the 5th round.
You know, move to target. Don't give him a steady target to beat on.
All right, let's see what Freddie Pendleton does here. Let's see if he uses that right cross to the body and the left hook. They did a lot of work on that left hand coming into this fight, and they hoped it would be a surprising weapon.
You've got to be able to adjust during the middle of a fight.
Pendleton's throwing. Whitaker has countered well. This is round 6, scheduled for 12. Good jabs by Whitaker.
We talk about Pendleton getting hit with those left hands over his lazy right. And that's because he's got it down, because that's the best place he likes to throw his right hand from. So he has sacrificed the defense to try to be in a better punching position.
One thing that I'm very impressed with Pernell Whitaker is when he's inside and fighting on the inside, he's always moving his feet, so he's not in front of the guy. He's always giving the guy not only angles, but when the guy starts punching, he's moving those feet a little bit, throwing the guy off. It's good boxing head.
Good left hand by Whitaker. A smile from Freddie Pendleton, but it was a good one. Whitaker applying the pressure and landing. Pendleton complaining of a low blow. Good left hand again. Whitaker seems to be taking charge of the fight here. Pendleton looks a little tired in this round.
He started to in the 3rd, and he's showing it again here. And some of it's the pace of this fight, which has been quick for his standards, and also the body shots by Whitaker, which looked silent in round 2, but they come back to haunt Pendleton later.
Whitaker looks very calm and in control. Seems to know exactly what he wants to do, and is doing it.
And those left hands have been landing more menacingly as we've been going along. And if Whitaker's body work has done a good job, he could get Pendleton out of there with that left hand.
And Whitaker giving Pendleton just enough movement to make a miss. Now Pendleton trying to rough him up on the ropes, and Whitaker spins out of trouble.
Those moves by Pernell Whitaker reminds me he'd have probably been a good defensive back or a good running back in high school.
Pendleton starting to land a little bit. Looks like Pendleton's gotten a second wind in this round. Final seconds. Maybe too late to pull out the round, though. There have been no knockdowns. We're coming to the end of round 6.
Oh, you got the other bag? I got it. Don't get no fight with it, right?
Must be down there.
Don't get no fight with it.
Right?
Hold that cup. Hey, listen, yeah, I got it. When you get an inside sometimes, try to hit it with the little uppercuts, right?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, hit it good. As long as you try to, you're thinking about this.
Yes, that's what he's doing. That's why you got to watch it. His hands got to be up.
You got to have hands up good.
Shoot eyes now, Pete.
You're looking at Freddie Pendleton.
You're in great shape.
Let's take a look at Whitaker landing early in the 6th round. Big left hand.
All night long, all night long. I told you that from the beginning.
Pendleton's right hand down. Whitaker keeps landing the left hand. Round 7. How do you have it scored, Dave?
Now Whitaker moving out to a 2-point margin and almost a 10-8 margin in the last round. But I didn't give that, but Whitaker has assumed control.
Ray?
I have it right now. I have it scored 5-1 in Pernell Whitaker's favor.
I've got Whitaker 5 rounds to 1, 59-55. 10-point must system being used. IBF rules in effect. And again a slip. Whitaker slipped to the canvas a couple of times. A little low with that left hook. Whitaker winced in pain, and now he's holding on.
Right. It wasn't low. Let's go.
He's got to protect himself at all times. He's to the crowd, and he almost dropped his hands. Pendleton's coming in throwing punches. He don't care if he hits him low or where he hits him, just as long as he hits him.
Randy Newman telling Pernell Whitaker it wasn't low. But only Pernell knows for sure.
Pendleton tried those body shots, hoping to slow Whitaker down for later. That's the biggest nemesis against someone like Whitaker, is his speed.
Pendleton has a look like he knows he's behind and he's got to start coming on. Whitaker, that straight left hand landing and spinning away from a counter by Pendleton.
He shows you so many different things. Last round on the attack with the left hand. Here he lands it and then darts out.
Right here again, I said it before. I don't mean to be repetitive, but Pendleton has to move those hands. He has to get back in this fight.
Trying to land that right hand now. Now he's loading up with the right hand. Good pressure on the inside by Pendleton, but Whitaker turns it around.
Let him off those ropes.
This is where Pendleton wants to fight.
Pendleton looks like he wants to load up that big right hand to try and turn this fight around.
Out of there. Hey, up Pernell, up Pernell.
Good exchange on the
He's
inside.
landed a couple of good right hands, and he's forcing Whitaker back. Going toe-to-toe.
This is why people don't like to fight Freddie Pendleton. He can change things at a moment's notice with the right hand.
He landed another straight right hand.
Right, you're tied in there. Let him go. Step back.
Out winging that right hand again. This is round 8, scheduled for 12. There have been no knockdowns. 20-foot ring, and Whitaker is using a lot of it right now.
Pendleton looking like he knows finesse is not the answer here. He's got to bull Whitaker and try to free up the right hand. Whitaker timing him perfectly.
And there's that straight right hand.
See, Freddie Pendleton has been throwing a good left hook to the body all night, but he doesn't double up to the head. Pernell Whitaker has his hands down around his waist. If he hit him to the body, he should double up, but he may catch him.
He also can throw the left hand after missing over the top with the right, because Whitaker ducks down.
Right. So it's basic boxing when you start out. They tell you that you hit that left hook to the body, you dig it up to the head, and you double up on it. It should be automatic for Freddie Pendleton.
But he's not been a fighter that's used the left hook much throughout his career. The right hand has been his money punch.
Now hit him with a good short right hand. Boom, come right back with the left.
Lands the right, another straight right. Whitaker backing up, shakes his head to his corner, saying he's okay, but it was a solid right hand that backed up Pernell Whitaker.
See, that's good boxing right there. Just He's listening to his people yelling, move around and move around him. He moves those feet, doesn't give him a stationary target to hit.
Sharp jab, but only one at a time by Whitaker. In the fight against Ramirez, he doubled and tripled the jab.
He was never caught in the counter the way he's been hit tonight.
Freddie Pendleton got a small nick on his left eye. It's just drawing a little bit of blood. I don't think it should be too dangerous for the fight, but it is bleeding.
Pendleton cautioned by referee Randy Newman to keep his punches up. Good left hook by Whitaker.
There's been some excellent ebb and flow in this fight. Freddie Pendleton has come out to fight for his entire career like he said he would, and Whitaker has shown a lot of different things as far as the movement and some power, and Pendleton showing you why promoter Dan Duva was a little bit hesitant about taking the fight. In fact, he was forced to take it.
Dan Duva, the promoter of this fight, and the promoter for Pernell Whitaker, who said a long time ago when Freddie Pendleton was 4-8, he brought him in to fight Antonio Nieves, and Pendleton destroyed him, and he said, I'll never fight Freddie Pendleton again, until this time when it was a mandatory.
Voluntarily, he never did.
End of round 8 in the corner of Pernell Whitaker.
This guy is dogging you on the inside. You don't have to back off. Stay on the inside. He can't handle you inside. Okay. When you start to fight, he definitely can't handle you.
Elbow.
Well, look.
Try not to get elbow.
Well, shit, elbows in and punch right up the middle. See, but you're backing off too much now.
Here's Pendleton landing that right hand and backing up the champion.
Give me that book.
Show deadly intentions. That's what I want to see.
Right there, Sam. The blood was coming out more at the end of the round, but he's got a good cut man, Eddie Eliano, so I don't think it should be a factor in the fight.
And we'll see if Pendleton's physical strength has anything to do with this fight at all. He was able to bolt through Whitaker that round, and Whitaker knew it was coming, but really couldn't stop Pendleton from coming forward.
Round 9, scheduled for 12 for the WBC and IBF Lightweight Championship. 2 titles on the line tonight. Freddie Pendleton in the gold. Pernell Whitaker in the green. And Whitaker is the one who's trying to pull Pendleton back now.
Freddie Pendleton, well, obviously, like you said, Dave, he throws a good right hand, but he hasn't been used to throwing a left hook in his career, because he certainly hasn't thrown it. And that punch, he hits him with good short right hands, and he doesn't come back with anything. That would be, it could turn things around for him. But as long as he's a one-hand fighter, he's not going to win.
And sometimes that's the curse of having some instant success with that right hand, like a singles hitter who becomes a home run hitter overnight. That's all he swings for.
Like you, huh, Dave? Good left hand by Pernell Whitaker.
Set up by 2 short, easy shots to the belly. You know, as you were talking about baseball right now, 2 little singles to the belly, and then boom, right hand to the head.
Whitaker has planted himself, as if to say, I'm not going to back up this round. Pendleton a little low with that right hand.
I was going to say, Sam, he's been doing that all night. Anything to slow him down, I guess.
And I think fighting inside is good for Whitaker right now, because he hasn't been hit with the uppercut, which would be the most dangerous punch by Pendleton.
Pendleton just loading up and winging away, trying to land something.
All right, you're tied. Break it up.
When Pendleton has landed his bombs, it has been from a distance. But Whitaker inside, he's quicker, he can land shorter punches, he can cover up and be a smaller target. It has been a pleasing chess match, regardless of anything else.
Pendleton waiting a little bit, where the last 2 rounds he had been the aggressor. Seems to be waiting a little bit.
A lot of people felt this could be the fight of the night, including myself. And thus far, I'm very entertained by it. It's lived up to its reputation by my standards.
You saw Pendleton landing his right hand from the outside. Whitaker retaliated by trying to get back in close.
And that's a slip as Pendleton off balance after he missed the left hook. Straight left hand by Whitaker scored. Final seconds of the 9th round. End of round 9. Let's go to Bob Papa. All right, the former lightweight champion of the world, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, Atlantic City Press boxing writer and one of ESPN's analysts, Dave Bontempo. And here was Whitaker slipping early in the round. No, that Pendleton going down late in that round.
Give him an 8-5 for that one.
Little delay as some tape, extra tape put on the left glove of Freddie Pendleton. Round 10, scheduled for 12. There have been no knockdowns. Dave, how do you have it scored?
Whitaker with a 3-point margin right now.
Ray?
Well, at this point, I have Pernell Whitaker hit by 6-3 in rounds.
Also a 3-point margin. I've got it the same way. But a lot of those rounds are close. Very close rounds, especially those early rounds. Tough to score.
They often come into a fight so importantly when you're those do-nothing rounds.
Whitaker trying to move out of trouble as Pendleton presses.
Whitaker avoids a punch and then he can bounce up and be squared up instantly. Real good agility.
Yes, he does, Dave. I was just going to say, he does some things in there that I haven't seen in a long time by any fighters over the last couple of years. He bends low, spins on his foot while he's down, and comes up throwing punches.
Short left hook by Pendleton. Pendleton staying on the ropes for the first time in the fight.
You know, Sam, Pendleton did not have a lot of activity in the last year because he was trying to move up the ratings and didn't like the fights being presented to him. So he played the out-of-the-ring game and got himself into #1, but has not had a lot of fights recently. And now when you're talking about later rounds in a fight, it could have an effect.
Whitaker giving him a lot of movement here in this 10th round. And popping the jab, not big jabs, but enough to keep that right hand in the face of Freddie Pendleton. Pendleton getting a couple of shots to the body.
That's it.
Well, Dave, to comment on what you were saying, that's exactly right. What a lot of fighters try to do. They figure that they move up in ratings, they wait to try to back into a title shot. And that's not good for the fighter. He doesn't stay active, he doesn't stay sharp. Consequently, it's very difficult for him to win the title.
You're talking about a guy who traditionally was very active and then went on the back burner.
Pendleton stalking Whitaker, trying to load up for the right hand, but Whitaker giving him enough movement and throwing enough punches to keep him off. Pendleton looking a little tired here as we come to the end of round 2.
Moving backwards, his stop plants, throws those punches and catches them.
And a quick slip as Whitaker tried to duck under the punches, slipped to the canvas.
I don't know if it's the canvas or the bottom of his shoes, because that's the third time he slipped.
Yeah. Not only does a good straight right hand that rocked Whitaker, Pendleton trying to close.
I think he was off balance. I don't think it's so much rocked him as off balance. He was leaning back on the balls of his foot and got hit.
A lot of times that is how trouble starts, though. Pendleton was unable to follow up.
And Pendleton thinks he has Whitaker hurt, and that's a plus.
It's brought up his intensity level a lot.
Pendleton not only needs these last 2 rounds, he needs them big. And perhaps may even need a knockout.
Rig him up. Come out of there. Let him go.
Maybe I'm wrong. Pernell Whitaker's holding on to the ropes, and he's not fighting back. He's actually moving and just trying to get his second win.
Now he lands as Pendleton tries to cover up. Good move by Whitaker.
I think Whitaker has been able to shots in this fight that he's never been tagged with throughout his career. And he's shown you that also by fighting in front of Pendleton quite a lot.
But Pendleton also right in front of Whitaker, not showing him any angles. He's coming straight in.
Right. Step back.
Good combination by Whitaker.
It's basically a man who throws combinations against a man who throws one punch. And you know, it sounds repetitive, like I said, but through the fight, that seems to be why Freddie Pendleton is really in this fight. Except that he's letting the fight get away because he doesn't throw combinations. He's looking for the big shot.
Plus, he's punching a small target, and a lot of those right hands have gone right over the top of an agile Whitaker.
Whitaker really changing the pace of the fight. Stayed around 30 seconds and fought on the inside. Now he's moving and giving Pendleton a lot of movement.
Nice and clean.
That's been one secret to his success. You can't key on one thing about him. And now he knows or figures he's got a lead, and he's just got to make no mistakes in the next 6 minutes.
Pendleton trying to land the right hand before. And now Whitaker not giving him any room to throw that right hand. Pendleton, oh, a slam of heads.
Watch your head, gents.
No cut. Whitaker winced in pain. End of the 11th round. And again a slip. Whitaker's been on the canvas 4 or 5 times in this fight, all by slips.
All right, Peter.
Sit down.
What happened? What happened?
What?
Have your hands up good now, because this guy's gonna come out like a fucking house on fire, probably. I want a good defense from me this round, but I want your fine back to stop him. You understand? Fire from your chin. You understand what I mean?
Nice round, gents. Let's make it a good one.
Back this kid up. Take control.
I gotta work here, fellas.
You got to hustle this guy.
Come on.
And keep that jab going.
Hey, this is it. Last round, baby. Last round. Stand up, Pete. Come on, stand up. Take some deep breaths. Come on.
Set for the final round. Champion Pernell Whitaker. Dave, how do you have it scored?
A 4-point lead for Whitaker at this point. Very safe.
I got it down to 3.
Good straight right. And you saw Whitaker rock back. That was early in the 11th round. Again, Whitaker slips early. And his left knee touched the canvas again. 12th round. And Pendleton going all out. I've got Whitaker ahead by 5 points.
Whitaker was tired in that last round. I mean, his people said, what's the matter? And he couldn't really answer him. I don't think he knows.
Whitaker with his first flurry.
I'm here.
Maybe not so tired.
Punches, yeah, he let him have it. Pendleton going for it all. Looking as if he knows he must have a knockout to win.
Well, he's doing a smart thing now. He's staying close, shortening up the distance, and just letting the punches fly. Trying to build up the points.
Break, I'm here, gents.
Freddie Pendleton has not cheated himself, going for the right hands and throwing some left hooks against an elusive target. Since the Roger Mayweather fight, really, Whitaker has not been in against this type of a physical fighter and been muscled as much, even though he's winning.
Whitaker being pressed by Freddie Pendleton, but continuing to throw flurries. Not big punches, but enough to bother Freddie Pendleton and to slow down that advance.
He's showing good instincts. The natural thing to do when someone's coming at you is go back. But he is smartly moving forward and trying to smother Pendleton.
And even when he's going back, he's throwing punches. Good combination by Whitaker. And a right hand over the top that landed.
Come here, let him out.
Freddie Pendleton's got to let it fly. He's going to rest all he wants after this fight. He's got to let it fly now.
Well, it's out there for him, Ray. The hands of Whitaker are low, and
Right, I'm here.
he's letting shots go, and they're letting it hang out.
See, Dave? Pernell Whitaker was strict in line for a left hook, but he don't have one. He had a left hook.
Pendleton
Could be a different fight.
Pendleton turned and threw the right hand, which landed, but it lost 3 seconds in doing that.
It's just not natural for him, Ray. He worked on it. They thought they had a left hand to work with,
Work your way out of it.
but when it came down to it, he went to the right hand.
But again, fighters go to their natural instincts when it gets down to the bottom line.
Against a different fighter, maybe a taller fighter, that left hook would have worked tonight. Whitaker's agility has had something to do with that punch not landing also.
Good point.
Whitaker got in the left hook. Time winding down in this 12th and final round for the IBF and WBC lightweight championship.
Right, come here, gents. Step back.
Could not be saved by the bell in any round, even the final round. Pendleton with a late flurry, and that's it. And it looks from this vantage point as if Pernell Whitaker will retain his title. He thinks so, as he acknowledges the cheers of the big crowd here at Convention Hall. Shelley Finkel, his manager, in there. And the congratulations to Freddie Pendleton. Pendleton looking down. He looks like he knows that he hasn't done enough to take away the title. A game performance, certainly. And Freddie Pendleton not outclassed Gray, but he really didn't have enough to take it away from Pernell Whitaker.
No, like I said, what it came down to was a one-handed fighter against a man who threw combinations. And, you know, he tried. He gave it his heart and soul, but he just didn't have enough guns.
I scored it 117 to 111 for Whitaker.
I have 116, 112 Whitaker.
All right, and we'll see the three judges at ringside will score it. Stuart Winston, Jim Traylor, and Phil Newman. Stuart Winston from Miami, Florida. Jim Traylor, Virginia Beach, Virginia. And Phil Newman from New Jersey. Good job, Pete. We're here at Convention Hall, the first of 3 title bouts tonight. Take a look at some of the action in the 12th round, and again, as Pendleton stalks, Whitaker throws some punches.
Well, Pendleton started strong, but then Pernell Whitaker just got down in the trenches and let the punches fly, which Freddie Pendleton should have done. Just let them fly. It's, you know, you got to go all out. You can't, you know, there's nothing after this round. But it was a good, hard fight by both guys.
Pendleton pressed, Whitaker held him off. The fast hands and some good defense when he needed it. And always a lot of movement.
Good head movements, good body movements by Pernell Whitaker. And that's what keeps him successful.
We are set for the official decision. Let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official scoring. Jim Traylor and Stuart Winston both score the bout 116 to 112. Phil Newman scores it 117 to 113 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still presents the second of our 3 world title bouts.